don't know just what to do. When you pick up arm and you aim just right, you throw it on another cat and jump out of sight of it. The burger bop, burger bop, burger bop. I do the burger bop, burger bop, burger bop. I do the burger bop and have a good time. Good night doing the bop, burger bop, bop, bop. Well, gets on you when you really unwind. Well, you feel like a dog going out of his mind. The bug starts biting and you shake. You scratch and you holler at you like a nigga. Well, you the bugger bop, bugger bop, bugger bop. I do the bugger bop, bugger bop, bop, bop. I do the bugger bop and you have a good time doing the bop, bugger bop, bop, bop. Now get on him and knock him out and stomp, 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 stomp.
Paul Winchell. 9 Apple computers. 2 Love Boat regulars. And a sideways Jeopardy board. All this and more today on Torgo's Game Show Grab Bag. Yes, welcome everybody. Thank you, Hilaire Satan, for the raid already. This is Torgo's Game Show Grab Bag. It's a stream where we watch a bunch of old game shows, and this particular show is a little special because we obviously we had a passing in the past couple weeks. So today's stream is all about Mr. Game Show, highlights from the career of legendary host Wink Martindale. That first Stan is not what he seems. That show, yeah, R.I.P. Wink Martindale, also the Pope. The music that played beforehand, on the pre-stream screen, was a song by Wink Martindale called Bug-a-Bop, and the video, the upload on YouTube is accompanied by this amazing picture from some kind of parade of Wink Martindale dressed up as a spaceman on Mars Patrol. Let me show you. There he is. It's amazing. It's so small and out of focus, but you can absolutely tell it's him. But let's talk about Winston Conrad Martindale. He was born in Jackson, Tennessee. His nickname Wink came from a childhood friend whose speech impediment caused him to pronounce Winston as Winky, which is a hell of a... not like any speech impediment I've ever heard, but apparently that's what it was. The Wink nickname carried over into his career as a DJ, and he recorded one of the first interviews with Elvis Presley in 1954 at WHBQ in Memphis. Then he moved to Los Angeles and hosted a few local game shows, but his first national game show was called What's This Song? And on that he used the name Win Martindale because NBC thought the name Wink was too juvenile. And speaking of his shows, here's a list of all the shows he's hosted. What's This Song? Dream Girl of 67. How's Your Mother-in-Law? Can You Top This? Words and Music. Gambit. Tic-Tac-Toe. Headline Chasers. High Rollers. The Last Word. The Great Getaway Game. Trivial Pursuit. Debt. And his most recent show was a Game Show Network show called Instant Recall. There were 3 others I didn't include on the list, which were just like weird interactive game spin-offs of Trivial Pursuit, but that's 3 more to add to the list. El Condor Pasa says, How's Your Mother-in-Law? It was like a Chuck Barris show where it was it was like 3 people put their 3 people brought their mother-in-laws to the studio, and the audience would vote on who had the best mother-in-law. It was very strange. I think I tried to find an episode of it for this stream, and I couldn't. But here's what I could find. The earliest Wink Martindale show I could find an episode of on YouTube is called Can You Top This? How's Your Mother-in-Law? The sequel to The Newlyweds, yeah. I take it Dream Girl of 67 only lasted 1 season. I forgot to check that. It might have updated each year like Match Game did, but it was a like daily, maybe not daily, but it was a daytime beauty pageant show. Sort of like what the $1.98 Beauty Show was parodying. So, Can You Top This actually started as a radio show in the 40s, and it's basically a panel of comedians tell jokes submitted by the audience, and I guess the people who submit the best jokes get cash prizes, or maybe you just get prizes for having the jokes picked. I'm not 100% sure. I do know that the panel on this particular episode includes Maury Amsterdam, Richard Dawson, and Paul Winchell, who you may know as the voice of Tigger, who is also a ventriloquist with the characters of not Mortimer Snur. That was the Charlie McCarthy guy. He definitely had Knucklehead Smith. That's Smith, Smiff. But who knows? Maybe he'll have brought a couple of his little wooden friends on here. There's going to be a not for broadcast bug in the corner and a time code, because this I think this was broadcast in color, but we only have a black and white print here. Dream Girl of 67 had an unsold pilot in 78. Here comes Can You Top This? Oh, hold on, let me switch off the synthwave. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was wondering if Hey! Maury, what's going on?
You remember the girl I told you I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole?
Yeah?
She just inherited $1 million.
Oh, let's go. Can you top this?
This is very experimental. This is 1970, by the way.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wink Martindale, and we'll play a game. We'll have some laughs together for the next half hour. Our show is called Can You Top This? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome to our show, the show where you people at home send us jokes, and our comedians, our experts, try to top your stories. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Okay.
We'll find out in a moment how they do today. Here's the man who will be telling your joke, playing for you, the home viewers, Mr. Richard Dawson. My friend Richard.
Hello there, my love. How are you? Very nice to see you.
Thank you.
Today I ask, let us not forget the immortal words of that wonderful gentleman, Isaac Newton, who once said, "Okay, wise guy, stop throwing those apples down on me."
This was before he had his Britishness completely removed.
Here's a man who is so dull and uninteresting until you get to know him, and then he's just plain boring. Maury Amsterdam.
I don't need that kind of talk. I can stay home and talk to my mother-in-law and get that kind of word.
Hey,
The
mother-in-law
immortal
jokes.
words of whom-ha. Is that what it is?
What do you like,
The immortal word is, leave us not forget the immortal words of Napoleon Bonaparte, who when asked why he held his hands inside his coat was heard to reply, "If I let go, my pants will fall down."
Poor man's suspenders. Thank you, Maurice. And now a great entertainer and truly one of the finest ventriloquists and a very funny man, Mr. Paul Winchell.
Or he looks like a mafioso.
Let us not forget the immortal words.
You gonna do the rest?
Let us not forget the immortal words of Julius Caesar, who once said, "One day they're going to name a salad after me, and they're going to call it a Julius salad."
That's ridiculous. That's what it says over there.
What did I know you're talking about?
I think he actually said,
Here's
ow,
a
my
guy
back.
whose wisecracks are always greeted with a tremendous burst of silence. Jack Carter.
You're marvelous, just marvelous. All together, let us not forget the immortal words of John Alden, who said to Priscilla, "What do you mean, speak for yourself? Call my lawyer."
Don't get that reference.
We got ice today.
Ice water.
Ice in the water. That's what they give away on this show.
piece of ice.
This is a low budget.
Yeah, a bit of a sausage fest here.
Jack, we have
Thank you,
Paul,
Wink.
we have Maury, we have Richard.
Why not?
That's the group who will be taking part in our show, telling jokes today. And this is the way the thing works. The home viewer gets $25 for having the joke told by Richard. And his score, of course, is recorded on our computer. And then the panel of stars will try to top Dick's score. Another $25 goes to the home viewer each time one of the stars fails to top his score. If all of the celebrities fail to top it, the home viewer gets $100 of our money. And if you like to eat outdoors,
Yes.
Charm Glow's, I can't wait, can't you? Charm Glow's new gas-fired outdoor Chef's Choice patio wagon. It's a beauty.
Oh, Charm
Dual
Glow.
gas barbecue featuring
I thought it was
new
somehow
metal
related to
cast
Charm's
iron
Blow
burner for
Pops.
even heat distribution from Charm Glow products of Antioch, Illinois.
Catty divorce
Those are
dialogue.
the prizes you'll be working for, cash and a very nice grand prize. And we'll be back to hear Richard's first story, and our first category will take place in a
Oh,
moment.
boy. Oh, boy. What are you applauding for?
Okay, you ready?
Applauding for the audience, yeah.
Yes, I think we have a great audience
We
here.
have
We
it.
could
I like
applaud.
that.
Watermelon. Ta-da!
Steve, everybody stand up and take a bow.
First category, Texans. These are all Texan
I
tales.
love Texas. It's in Manchester.
This story came from Mr. Ross Cunningham of Long Beach, California. A Texan story. Richard?
A little man of perspective walked into a saloon, and he's a darling little fella. He said, "Oh, good afternoon." Big Texan said to his friend, "Watch me make this clown dance." Walked over, he said, "Boy, you're a foreigner, aren't you?"
He said, right, I'm from the British Isles. I am here prospecting for gold.
He said, "Oh, I thought you were looking for noodles." Now tell me something, boy, can you dance?
He said, no, sir, I cannot dance.
Well, I won't tell you how you want to learn to dance, boy. He took out his gun, started shooting at this poor old fellow.
Oh, Dick.
And just, it was the most embarrassing thing. The guy went out, he was just shaking. Everybody laughed, thought it was great. About an hour later, the Texan's leaving the saloon. Just gets outside the door, and he hears, and he looks up. There's the biggest rifle you've ever seen, pointed 4 feet from his head. And the prospector said,
Mr. Texan, have you ever kissed a mule?
Texan looked at him and said, "No, but I've always wanted to."
Shall we, Don? 83. That's our score for Mr. Ross Cunningham of Long Beach. This category, of course, is Texans. And, Maury, you always have a good story about a good Texan.
I always got one.
Would you like to hear Maury tell it, Jack?
Had an uncle lived in Texas, was so bow-legged, my aunt used to hang him over the door for good luck.
Had an aunt with knock knees, too, didn't he?
Yes, they stood together, they formed the word ox.
She sat around the house. She really sat around the house.
That's a fat lady joke. It's nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. This is a rich Texan.
A rich Texan.
This man was loaded.
So loaded,
He
right.
was also rich.
Also rich.
He was rich and loaded because he had a lot to drink at lunch. And he and his friend are walking down the street toward their car. And this one fellow said, they're passing a Rolls Royce agency. He says, just remembered, I got to make a phone call. Excuse me a minute. Ran in the Rolls Royce agency. He's there about 25 minutes. He comes back out. He says, sorry. Sorry I was late. He says, that's perfectly all right. No, he said, I don't like to keep anybody waiting. He says, but you know how it is. He said, while I was in there, he says, I bought another Rolls Royce. He says, another Rolls Royce? What's the matter with you? He says, you got 9 Rolls Royces now. What'd you buy another one for? He said, well, you can't just use a fella's phone without buying something.
Beautiful, Maury.
I feel like we're going to get a lot of
Well,
83s.
Sale good for 83 of our Can You Top This points. And, of course, you topped our... No, you didn't top. You tied the home viewer. And in our game, it's called Can You Top This? So another $25 for Mr. Cunningham. Mr. Winchell.
Yes, sir.
You have the floor, sir.
I have a Texas
There he
joke.
is.
You know, everybody says that down in Texas, everything is really, really big down there. Well, so is the Texas Airlines. Sitting on the runway, there's an airplane that makes the 747 look like a model with a rubber band. It is the biggest thing you ever saw in your whole life. And just then, the Texas pilot comes out of the cabin up front. He says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a fine flight tonight. He says, if during the flight you don't like the food we serve, feel free to go up to the second floor, where we have 4 restaurants featuring cuisine from all over the world. In case afterwards you want to relax, you don't like the picture we're showing, go up to the 3rd floor. We have a Cinerama theater up there, holds 1,200 people. In case after that you are athletically inclined, you all go up to the 4th floor. We have a swimming pool up there. We also have a gymnasium. And you just make yourself at home. We got dance halls. We got a ballroom. You just enjoy yourself, yeah? Now then, everybody fasten your seat belts, relax. I'm going to go up to the cockpit and see if I can get this son of a gun off the ground.
82, Paul. Mr. Carter.
You sure cleaned that up. All right.
I'm guessing it was originally Son of a Bitch.
Have an outdoor terrace. If you're out there, please hold on to the rail. This is a Texas story, but it's kind of reverse. Starts off in California with one of them. That's a loudmouth Californian, and we have plenty of them out here because they're kind of proud of California. This guy's in a bar in La Jolla, which is spelled La Jolla, comes out San Jose. And he says, by gosh, I love living here in California. I'm proud of Ronnie Reagan, who won the gubernatorial race, and he's our head goober. I love it. I love the freeways in Fresno and Knott's Berry Farms, and just to get up in Los Angeles and in the morning and hear the birds coughing and hacking and joking.
Wow, even
Greatest
then.
state in the world, California. Some guy in the bar said, what about Texas? Texas? What are they good for? Football heroes and bad women. Guy grabbed and said, listen, you, my wife comes from Texas. Oh, really? What position does she play?
Big 85 beat a big 83. So one of our panelists topped your joke, Mr. Cunningham from Long Beach. You get $75 from Can You Top This? And thank you for some tall tales.
All right.
From Texas.
I forgot. I
We'll
got
be
to
back
get
in a moment with our
the
second round,
inflation
second
calculator.
category on Can You Top This? Our first category had to do with Texas. Hold on.
Come in.
Should I open it or not?
Oh,
here he is.
Oh, shit.
Right, ladies and gentlemen.
Business is about to pick up. So $25 in 1970 is about $211 today.
What am I doing here? I thought this was the Los Angeles County Museum of Art.
You might call it that. Maybe it's the Price is Right.
No, he thought the way us sitting around, we thought we were statues.
Yeah.
Huh? Vincent, it's lovely to see you. Been on a tour all over the world.
Yes,
with
all
paintings and art and everything. There must have been something funny happened along the way.
Well, no, you know, the
Come on,
really
it's a
art.
joke show. You got to tell an art joke.
Well, I don't know any jokes about art, Maury, but I do know a very serious thing that happened recently.
Tell a serious
You know,
joke.
it really is kind of extraordinary. Picasso, you know, the great French
yeah.
artist, Pablo Picasso. Well, he had a robbery recently down in his little villa down in the south of France, and all the police came in, you know, because these paintings are worth a lot of money. And they said, well, Mr. Picasso, did you see the robbers? And he said, well, it happens that I was standing behind a curtain. He said, I was scared to death, and I didn't have a gun, but I did get a good peek at him. And they said, well, could you give us a description? And he said, well, better than that, I'll paint you a picture of the main one, you know, and you can send it out.
It's the most square
So
robbery
they
you've ever
sent it
seen.
out on teletype all over the world, and Picasso got a little anxious about it, and he called him about a month later, and he said, well, have you apprehended anybody yet? And he said, well, so far we have apprehended one wall-eyed pike, 2 nuns, and the Eiffel Tower.
We got 100 today. See there? See how easy it is?
Buttbag says all the funny people are short. Vincent Price was 6'4", so maybe a little bit of scale there.
Thank you. Enjoyed seeing you.
Yeah.
Vincent Price, ladies and gentlemen.
Where do you get that walleye pike?
I don't know.
Hey, that's nice.
He really knows about everything there is to know about art, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
What is it about the guy who's got a girl with one eye in the center of the head?
Oh yeah, I think there was just a
Don't you like it?
there was just like a British cooking show that they found and like released on DVD that he did.
Guys, what's the matter? Don't you dig this?
5'8" is short to me. Okay.
Yeah, tell us that joke. That sounds good.
Yeah, well, don't you dig this? Oh,
All right, our next category is marriage. Marriage
Oh,
jokes
boy.
are what we're going to use this time.
like it.
Oh, the old ball and chain.
Here's one from Miss Cecilia Rosin of Chicago, Illinois.
Cecilia Rosin, I used to step on her.
You're a fighter. You had on the bottom
Yeah,
of your shoes.
sure.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Richard.
Oh, Richard.
This is two old darlings who are talking about marriage.
What's that?
What? Can't hear you, friend. I'm
What's
here.
up, my friend? All right, just go
Yeah. Let's get misogynistic.
They left a call for 5 minutes from now. I'm just warming up to see
You
what...
wake up the king of Iran. He's out there.
Never point your finger like that. Your nail might go off. This happens to be about two old darlings who recently got remarried, and they were just discussing it. One said, how's everything? Working out with the new hubby? Another one said,
No. Richard Dawson's definitely not from Chicago. He's from England.
I don't want to talk about it. Here, have a little more juice. In a minute, we'll go up and put some frog suits on and just go out and scare some kiddies. No, since you've retired as road manager for Martha and the Vandellas, you've seemed to have lost your spark. Tell me what sort of a marriage.
Yeah, he's British. There's actually a.
Well, what do you mean?
There's a. I'm gonna stop pausing after this because I want this video to be over. But there's a Dick Van Dyke Show episode that he guested on where he's like the most British.
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, my sort, the marriage that I have, is sort of what you might call a cultural marriage. Not a lot of sex, but we go for long walks, visit museums, and we see art. What sort of marriage do you have? I said, well, I guess you could say that I've got what they call an agricultural marriage. I said, what's that? I said, I wish my old man was 6 feet under, and he wishes I was 6 feet under.
I'm amazed you could say sex on TV in 1970.
77 on top.
Nice way to treat two old ladies.
Pretty much
77.
Hogan's
Marriage
heroes.
jokes is what we want to hear. Maury, we'll begin with you.
Well, I'm one of those fellas who, I just don't really, I know you couldn't tell the difference. But, no, I don't
Yes, I have what could be called an agricultural marriage. We plow each other.
kid a lot about marriage because, you know, I'm a very happily married man. And
I heard that, yeah.
Yes, I know. That stuff gets around.
I meant to call and tell your wife.
And you have a lovely wife.
My wife is a doll. She really is. A little effeminate, but very sweet.
How long have you been married, Maury? How many years have you been married?
Been married 28 years. 28 years.
Seems
And
like it.
you know, I don't know, if you're really crazy about each other, there's always surprising little things that come up in marriage. And my wife is very reserved, you know. But she's very, very neat. You know, she was the one that they wrote the joke about years ago about I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, I come back to bed as maid. No, I mean it. She's the original one who put paper under the cuckoo clock. She's the neatest woman you ever saw in your life. Mrs. Neat, you know. So every once in a while when she comes up with a funny remark, it stays with you. So I got her, I was for our 15th wedding anniversary, saved my loot, and I bought her a beautiful diamond ring. You know, it was set nicely and a sparkle.
A little early.
Crazy. So I said, honey, we're going out to dinner tonight with our friends. And I said, wait till they see your ring. She said, I'm not going to say a word about it. She said, they'll be so surprised. She said, watch. Everybody will, hey, look at the ring. Watch what happens. So we go to dinner with our friends, another 6 couples, having a lovely evening, and nobody says a word about the ring. Not one word. And she starts to get a little bug. Finally, she says, you know something? It's kind of hot in here. I think I'll take my ring off.
I guess.
All right, Maury, good enough for
Trying
an
harder
interview.
to call
That's
attention to
77.
it.
We're going to take a break for a moment, take our rings off, and we'll be back right after these words. We'll continue with our category called marriage.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we're going to continue our round on marriage. 77 was the topper that Richard scored.
There's not much show
Cecilia
left.
Rosin of
I made a
Chicago.
horrible mistake
Category is
picking
marriage,
this.
and Paul Winchell, we're to you.
All right, maybe I got a 77 one here. These two friends, two Italian boys, two Italian men meet on the street. They're having conversation. One guy said,
Hey, Luigi. Tell me the truth.
Topical.
You like it?
You like a woman with a long black hair? I said, no, I don't like her with long black hair. I like her with a short hair, with a blonde. Oh, said I. Well, you like a woman with an eyes, with a round, with a plump like this? I said, no, I don't like a plump, doctor. I like a skinny, straight woman like that.
Both these characters that are talking are eligible for the papacy.
Linguini kind. He said, well, tell me once more, you like a woman with a long leg, with a small foot, eh? I said, no. I like her leg with a short leg and a big foot. He said, you like all the dogs? He said, yeah. He said, then I'll come and make a lover to my wife.
You cleaned that up pretty good.
I cleaned that one up pretty good.
False hot.
82. That's would have been 82.
This week he learned the punchlines, too. There was a taller man. That ain't my story. I forgot what I was in. What's the category?
Marriage.
Marriage. Italian marriage? Or
Yes,
something?
it doesn't matter.
Well, couple were married 10 years, and the marriage is falling apart. He started to come home, and he forgot who she was, you know. Right to the newspaper, right to bed, every night. Never went out anymore. Television, munching the peanuts and the dinner and the stick, and they start to really hate each other. And
The
she
dinner
figured
on the
it's time
stick.
to get him out of the house for a 10th anniversary, go to New York for a weekend spree. He said, all right, I'll go. Well, the minute they got to New York, he was like a changed man. She booked theaters and nightclubs, and they were out dancing and watching shows, and they're in cabs, and she's getting them loaded, and they're really having a ball. The old romancer came out. Now in cabs, he's necking with her. Hiya, baby. Where we going now? Now to get back to the hotel, he is really stoned. This is it. And she just could barely get him undressed. Meanwhile, he's trying to neck with her. Ah, baby. She put him in bed. She was so thrilled with him, and he passed out cold. She figured, well, before I go to bed, I'll call the house, see how the children are. So she dialed. You know, she called the operator. Operator, give me Westport 9246. The guy sat up in bed. Don't call that number, honey. That's my wife.
Okay, picked up a little at the end.
I was thinking of your punchline. I forgot mine.
All of our panelists topped your joke, Miss Rosin of Chicago. Your joke on marriage does net you $25, and thank you for submitting a story to our show called Can You Top This? We'll be back to try to top more stories and more jokes right after these.
I don't think you'll have time for that.
Wait.
We're not going to have time to start around because we're almost out of time. But I have a friend, as a matter of fact, a couple of friends over there in the center seat with a few words.
Hey!
Who? You? Me? Yeah. Oh, I thought it was me. No, that's Jack Carter. Oh, how do you do, Mr. Carter? We brought you here because...
This is Knucklehead Smith. I just remembered that his other character was Jerry Mahoney.
We were going to do the category of jobs, and I had a joke prepared for you with jobs. You did? You didn't know about it? No, I don't usually rehearse. You just do the joke, and I'll go right along with you. All right. The job was, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an astronaut. Really? Yeah. Teacher says I'm taking up space. No, you really want to be an astronaut? A whole astronaut? No, sort of a half astronaut. Well, here's the joke. If you want to be an astronaut, you got to say, what do I do? Never mind what you did. If you want to be an astronaut, you have to know the shape of the world. Can you tell us quickly the shape of the world? Could you give me a hint? All right, I'll give you a hint. What's the shape of my wife's earrings? Square. No, the one she wears on Sundays. Round. That's it. Now, what's the shape of the world? Square on weekdays, round on Sundays.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. Jack Carter, our usual thanks to you for some funny stories. Mr. Paul Winchell and friends, Mr. Maury Amsterdam. And, of course, the home viewer, joke teller, who does a great job for you, Richard Dawson. I'm Wick Martindale. We'll see you tomorrow on Can You Top This? Goodbye. Air transportation furnished by
All
the
right.
people of American
So that was Can You
Airlines.
Top This? And they certainly could sometimes. So now we're on to more well-known game shows that Wink Martindale hosted, and, starting with probably the show he's most synonymous with, Tic-Tac-Doe. This is the 70s version, or actually this particular episode is from 1981. Obviously, this is a show that was originally, not obviously, but this is a show that was originally on in the 50s. The network version was rigged, or the primetime version was rigged, the daytime version was not. and obviously, since laws were passed saying you couldn't rig game shows, this version was not. There was a contestant who stayed on for like 48 days in a row named Tom McKee. We're not watching one of his episodes, but this is a different super champion named Alan Lichtman, who had won, I believe, 16 games up to this point. So here we go with Tic-Tac-Dough. By the way, I forgot to mention, there's a new Tic-Tac-Dough that's on Game Show Network. It's not great. I would say, watch it and decide for yourself. But it is kind of interesting timing that show premiered the day before Wink Martindale died. It's almost like J.D. Vance visiting the Pope levels of timing. So here is the 1981 episode of Tic-Tac-Dough. The fact that they had to make a law to not rig a game is nuts. Yeah, well, there was no law on the books at that time.
His name is Dr. Alan Lichtman.
Turn
To
that
date,
down a
in a
little.
tremendous display of broad knowledge and good luck, he has defeated 16 opponents and has amassed in cash and prizes a total of $75,050. How much longer will his winning streak continue? We'll find out in a moment as... From Hollywood, it's everybody's game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's Tic-Tac-Dough. And now, here's our host, Wink Martindale.
Hello. Hello. Thank you very much, Joe Stewart. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Welcome to our show. Big winner on the show right now. You just met him. Now let's say hello to him once again. Jay, if you will, please.
Here he is, our current champion, whose winnings total in cash and prizes $75,050. He's a college professor who enjoys competitive running. Meet Dr. Alan Lichtman.
I was watching a pilot for a different Jack Barry show today, and two different contestants were introduced as having... they were both introduced with the line, "Their hobbies include sports." So I just thought that was funny. Sports, the end.
Getting closer and closer.
Yeah,
to
that is a hell of a mustache.
$50,000 cash amongst that $75,050
He's so Pringles.
in cash and merchandise. Alan, welcome back and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Do you find that between shows, like over weekends, that you take time to bone up a little bit?
Oh, definitely. I
He
think
does
it's
some serious
good
boning.
idea to cover your week categories and go over things you might think you know well. It really helps when you get out here to have a background like that.
Is it still fun for you, or do you find yourself really working now to try to come up with every answer? I know, obviously, when you first come out, you hope, gee, I hope I'll do good. I'm sure you probably were thinking, I hope I don't miss one answer and get knocked off immediately. But is it still fun for you?
He looks like his day job is tying damsels to train
tracks
tracks.
so far.
I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think, it has to be fun or, it's not going to work out real well. You can't think about the money. It doesn't work that way. You've got to enjoy the game itself, I really think.
But above all that, ladies and gentlemen, how could it be anything but fun with $75,050?
Yeah,
I mean, when it comes
that helps with
down
the fun
to the
factor.
nitty-gritty. Come on over and let's beat the dragon.
Oh, okay, we're starting here.
Alan, here we go. Behind the numbers of various amounts of money at Tic Tac and the Dragon. We didn't have time to do this on the last show, so here we go. Get to $1,000 or more, or get the Tic and the Tac, and you win a nice prize package. I want to tell you about that. Whoever said silence is golden obviously hadn't heard the golden tones coming from the two gifts in this next package. And we have our own Mr. Music, Jay Stewart, to chime right in.
Thank you, Winker. First, Alan, every morning you'll awaken to the birds singing to the tunes coming from your great new waterbed and stereo. America
wow.
the Elegant's new Manhattan.
That sounds
with
dangerous.
Stereo headboard and nightstand for the most contemporary-minded. Upholstered in brown velvet with brass trim. The Manhattan by America the Elegant. And then, Alan, to fill those noteworthy
Hey, Clue
waking
Master, I'm
hours,
doing
we
good.
have a gift of music worth over $1,800. Everything will sound great on the old 88, this fabulous new piano. It's a superbly designed Wurlitzer custom spinet piano. Combines the warm golden glow of Mediterranean oak with matchless tone and performance. A bright contribution to the special warmth of your home. Furnished by Wurlitzer. And Alan, this golden musical package is worth, in cash and prizes, over $3,900.
A grand total of 2 prizes.
Avoid the dragon or you don't get to keep those goodies. Get the ticket attack, you automatically get the dough. Let's cover them up, move them around on the board.
Buttbag says, hot
And,
take, I think the
once
Oblivion
again, I see
remaster
in
looks
the
like a
first row of the
remaster for a
audience,
last-gen
in
console at launch.
What is that, the peanut section?
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
But who is that fella out there that's going to give you some thoughts on
I've never
this?
been
My
much
cousin,
into
the Berkeley Flash, but you know what? I'm going to pick the numbers
That
myself. I haven't done
series of
I
games.
don't think I've done that since I've been on the show.
I don't think I want to let you do that, so I'm going to go back. No, that's okay. Where would you like to begin?
1.
All right, number 1. Number 1 on the board. Good for
Elder Scrolls,
$300.
yeah.
Here we go. You got 3. You know what you need. 7 more. 4. Number 4, right under the 3. What's behind number 4 to go with 3? $250. You need $450 more. 5. He wants number 5. We go from 1 to 4 to 5. You want to go back to the fella in the audience?
See why I don't pick numbers myself?
No. All right, let's look at the rest of the board. You needed, what, about $450, and there was a $500 bill there behind number 6. It was all over the board. Tic-tac down there behind 8 and 9. But look what you've won already. $75,050 in cash and merchandise. Again, congratulations. Big Dragon got you this time. We'll see if the next opponent can get him in just a moment. Some of you are going to say, why does he need that many? And I say to you, I have no idea. But so far he's won 3 of these. If he defeats 4 more opponents, he'll have 4 of what, Jay?
For your driving pleasure, Alan, you will win your 4th brand new car.
Oh, still using the same engine.
Right now, Alan, let's meet a new opponent, shall we? And get a new
That's
match
insane that you
underway.
just
Jay,
keep
back
winning
to you.
cars.
From New Canaan, Connecticut, he's an attorney on the staff of the New York State Supreme Court, and he's also an amateur apiarist. Meet Bob McGreevy.
That means he watches birds.
Hello, Bob. Welcome to Tic-Tac-Toe.
Hi, Wink. How are
I
you?
don't want to seem dumb or whatever, but you are an attorney and an apiarist, right?
Right.
I, again, don't want to appear foolish, but tell me, what in the world is an attorney?
Oh, bees.
Well, that's a very technical...
No.
He's a beekeeper.
Oh, Bob, I know what an attorney... What's an apiarist? Tell me.
That's a technical word for a beekeeper.
And tell me about beekeeping.
Well, there's not too much to tell. I haven't been doing it that long, but each hive, I've got about 2 hives, and you've got a queen in each hive and about 60 or 70,000 workers plugging away.
That is wild. I'll bet that the next question for everybody in the audience here and at home would be the same as I'm going to ask you now. How do you keep from getting stung?
A suit and smoke.
You just sort of have to be very careful and cover yourself, and if you're not, you'll wind up getting stung.
Sounds like a terrific hobby, doesn't it?
Well,
wow.
you know, it has its good moments. The bees are very fascinating to watch, and you get a little bit of honey on the side, and who knows, maybe you try it yourself.
What are the people in the audience laughing about? Now, I don't know about what you just said, but to be or not to be?
The audience is correct.
Is that a question?
No, it's not a question, Bob. You just hush. I'll be to you in a moment. Only one way out of this sticky situation, and then you get that? Sticky situation. Here are the subjects. Alan, Bob, take a look. I don't know how I get into these things. Suitable titles, quotes, spelling, Bob's and Roberts, science fiction, take a letter, famous sites, medical facts, and comedy movies. Alan, as our champion, you know you go first. Where do you like to move?
I will head for the center with science fiction.
Worth $300 to the pot, Alan, to get started in this science fiction classic. A team of undersea explorers is captured by Captain Nemo, a mad sea captain who cruises beneath the oceans in a submarine. First, I want you to name the book.
20,000
Follow
Leagues
that
Under the
by
Sea.
naming its author.
H.G. Wells.
Think
Wait,
about those.
is it Wells or Jules Verne? I'm going to say Jules Verne.
Science fiction classic we're
Okay,
talking
people are
about.
saying
Team
Verne.
of undersea explorers captured by Captain Nemo. Name the book.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Name its author.
Verne.
Right! You got the center box.
By the way,
Jules
20,000
Verne.
leagues refers to the distance traveled, not the depth.
Put it next there, $300 to pot. Let's shuffle the categories and we move over to Bob for the first time. Now, Bob McGreevy, it's time for you to talk.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be right if I didn't start off with Bob's and Roberts down in the right-hand corner there.
Typecasting on questions, right? Bob, although this handsome Robert is best known for his nightclub singing, He also played the role of Sir Lancelot in the Broadway play Camelot.
Robert Goulet.
Robert Goulet.
I'm sorry you didn't get in time. Buzzer beat you. Robert Goulet is correct, but you were a little late, right, Judge? Right. All right, let's
He
move
technically
the
started
categories
before
around.
the buzzer,
$300 in the pot.
but like
Alan,
ages
it's your
before.
turn for your next pick.
I'll stick with science fiction.
Okay, science fiction again in that category. Alan, one of the most famous of the science fiction writers, this American author named Ray, has written such
Bradbury.
classics as The Illustrated Man, October Country, and The Martian Chronicles. Name him.
Bradbury.
Right, Ray Bradbury. Wrote all of those. Put an X in the box on science fiction. We shuffle again. $500 towards the pot. Robert?
Well, it looks like suitable titles to block.
For a diagonal block, question on suitable titles is this, Bob. Before this English scientist formulated his laws of gravity, he might have heard...
Isaac Newton.
Or rather, he might have been heard singing the suitably titled song, In the Shade of the Old Apple Tree. For a block, name him.
Newton.
Right.
Just
Sir
heard about him on
Isaac
the other
Newton.
show.
I like that question. I like that. We put a no there for a block. Let's shuffle again. $700 in the pot. And Alan, you select.
I will try quotes.
Quotes, bottom left corner of the board. This question on quotes. This famous American humorist was nicknamed the Cowboy Philosopher and is credited with saying, I never met a man I didn't like. Name him.
Roy Rogers.
Right, Will Rogers.
Will Rogers.
In the box on quotes, the next goes there, and we shuffle again.
They're both cowboys. Only one has a restaurant.
Try to add to that.
Well, I'd say suitable titles.
I forgot it was Bob's and Roberts.
All right,
Wait.
suitable titles for a vertical
No, it
block.
wasn't.
Answer this, Bob, and you'll block him at least vertically anyway. He was born Eric Weiss, but by the 1920s, he was very famous under a different name. He might have suitably titled his biography, The Man That Got Away. For a block, name him.
Houdini.
Right,
Ah,
Harry
okay.
Houdini.
See, I would have gone for the corner block,
board.
so
Four boxes
that
remain,
opens up
$1,100 in the
a
pot
chance for a
as we
3 in a
shuffle
row
the
at least.
categories. And we find Bob's and Roberts. Take a letter, medical facts and science fiction, Alan.
I'm going to go for the win with take a letter.
For a diagonal win, you have selected the subject take a letter, Alan. If you answer this question correctly in that category, you'll have your 17th win on Tic-Tac-Toe. You'll pick up in the process $1,300 more dollars added to your prior winnings. Your grand total would then reach $76,350. And this is the question. Your letter is P. P is your letter. In America, distillers use a rating system from 0 to 200 to indicate the alcoholic content of any given bottle of spirits. For a total of $76,350, what is this system called?
Proof?
Right, U.S. proof system.
Which is really just double the percentage.
Alan, you have proved again that you are an awfully big winner on Tic-Tac-Toe as you add $1,300 to your winnings, taking you now to $76,350 in cash and prizes, and you're only 3 opponents away from your 4th automobile. Congratulations, Alan. Well, Bob McGreevy, it was that Robert Goulet question right at the outset. You finally came up with it, but the buzzer beat you just by a hair, and I guess if you had that one to do over again, I know you knew it. It just wouldn't come to you, would it?
You get a block every once in a while, and it takes a little time to sift it out.
Bob, we thank you for being with us. We do have a couple of nice prizes for you. Small consolation, but a nice one, I hope. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks
Bob
very much, sir.
McGreevy, our attorney. We'll be back for a bonus game again with Alan in just a moment. So many times Alan let his relatives in the audience take care of selecting numbers. Last time he said, I'm going to do it this time. I got no problem with the dragon, and he got beat. Who's going to do it for you this time?
The Berkeley Flash out there.
All right, get over here. Let's get it on.
My theory is that it's to make it sound like there's more alcohol in something than there is.
Way. What's his name again?
Marty.
All right, Marty is the Berkeley Flash sitting there. Have we said hello to your wife? I don't think so.
Not today.
Would you please do the honors and introduce her? She's too pretty to be sitting there and just go unnoticed.
It's my wife, Sheila.
Hello, Sheila. Nice to have you back with us. She's showing up for every show, and I don't blame her. What was 76 grand?
Really?
You know what you're shooting for on this one, because you
An
missed
old
it
measurement
earlier
like
in the show.
stone,
Waterbed
okay.
and stereo, the piano. cash and prizes totaling over...
Well, yeah, but beer, they actually just put the percentage on it usually. They don't actually do proof.
$3,900. So if you win this prize package, you will be over $80,000 in winnings and cash and prizes. The Dragon's jumping around on the board, looking for a place to say hello. We are looking for a place for him to say bye-bye, so we won't have to encounter him in this game. There are going to be 9 numbers up there. Berkeley Fresh, Sir Marty, what do you think he ought to begin with?
3.
Try a 3, he says, with a great deal of anticipation in that one, and it's worth $400. Now let's go back to Marty. You need $600 more. 6. Number 6, all righty. Right under the 3, 6, $100. You need 5.
Halfway there.
Okay, Marty, what do you got?
5.
He wants to go for number 5. If it's worth $500, your winnings will go over $80,000. What's behind number 5? Tack. Add it to 6, or come up with 5, and you still win a total of over $80,000.
They both say
Number 2 from both of them. So let's go along with them and see if you can come up with 500. 3, you're too short. $800 you have.
You're too short.
To get $80,000 plus, you need $200 or tick.
1.
Numero 1. Number 1, you need $200 or tick.
Oh, so short. So close.
We got 950. The odds are better. 4, 7, 8, 9. If you have $50 behind number 9, you'll have over
Basically anything but the dragon will
$80,000
help
total
you.
winnings. Do you have it? Yes or no?
Ah, son of a bitch.
$50 away, and number 9 was not the place to go. You only needed the tick, or $50. Behind 4, 7, and 8, what would we have found? Any one of those would have given you the win. The tick behind number 8, 500 behind number 7, or behind number 4, $250. But I'm going to lay some skin on your palm because you have won, sir, as you well know, for getting the dragon. $76,350 in cash and merchandise. I remind you, you're only 3 opponents away from your 4th automobile. And if you'll go over there and get behind the winner's zone, we will get another match underway. Will you do that? Here we go. All right, Jay Stewart, let's see if he can keep his winning ways intact. Who do we have?
Wick, she's an assistant manager in a finance company, and her interests include hockey and drag racing.
Oh, nice.
Roxanne Berthiaume.
Her interests are sports.
Hi, Roxanne.
Hi, Wig.
Welcome to our show. You know the fellow on your right?
Yes, we've met.
Yeah, we met before, yes.
Her name was too
Drag
long, or they didn't curve it correctly
racing.
on
You
the...
are interested in drag race. That's where the
on the
car
podium.
is zoom down the track and needs a parachute to slow down. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. The basic idea is to go a quarter of a mile in a straight line and as fast as possibly can.
How did you get into that?
Well, I had to. My husband has a drag race car, and it was either get into it or not see my husband.
And you like your husband and you want to see him. Did you ever drive the car?
Yes, I have, as a matter of
Want
fact.
to
It was
see
really
him.
neat.
Weren't you scared?
A little bit, but I just said a prayer and got a good grip and hope for the best.
Well, hope for the best now. Both of you get a good grip. We're going to see some new categories now on this board, and I wish you luck, both of you. Alan, Roxanne, take a look. You'll be dealing with the subjects like famous firsts, United States history, football, clothes styles, physics, travel, fairy tales. Secret category can be any category at all. And as you know, correct answer doubles the pot. Television stars rounds them out. They're all 9. Alan, where do you start?
I will head for the center in physics.
Physics for $300. I'll describe 2 things which deal with the measurement of
You love him. You want to marry him.
earthquakes, and you name them. First, the scale that uses numbers to designate earthquake energy and
Richter.
is named for the American scientist who created it. Secondly, the instrument that is used to measure and record the
Seismograph.
vibrations of earthquakes. I'll give you a few seconds. Two things that deal with the measurement of earthquakes. The scale that uses numbers to designate earthquake energy and is named for the American scientist who created it, Alan.
The Richter scale.
Right, named for Charles Richter. Secondly, to put an X in that center box, the instrument that's used to measure and record the vibrations of earthquakes.
Seismograph.
Right, or the seismometer, seismograph. X in the center box, $300 a pop. Let's shuffle and move the control of the game for the moment over to Roxanne. Roxanne, tell me again how you pronounce your last name?
Berthiaume.
I'll call you Roxanne. Go ahead, Roxanne. Where would you like to move?
Oh, gosh. I think I will go to the secret category in the top
Secret
right.
category, all right. That means she doesn't particularly care for anything else on the board. Either that or she wants
This
to
is
make it count
1981.
for $600 in a hurry. Roxanne, the secret category is annual events.
I think it started in 75 or 76.
Answer the question correctly, we'll have a $600 prize.
This particular episode was
This traditional
1981.
event, which was brought to America by European settlers, occurs on February 2nd. February 2nd. The actions of a certain rodent on that day
Groundhog
are
Day.
said to forecast the end of winter. Name this day.
Groundhog Day.
Right, and our pot is worth $600. Put an O in the secret category box, and let's shuffle the categories around. Alan, what subject do you move to at this point?
I will try TV stars.
Television stars. Question. Alan, first take a look at this picture, please. This scene is from a long-running series. Name this series.
Gunsmoke?
Gunsmoke.
Gotta be Gunsmoke. Put an X in the TV series box. Let's shuffle again as we add $200 more to the pot, taking it to $800. Roxanne?
Secret category again to black.
All right, Roxanne. The secret category is famous organizations. Famous organizations. Answer this question correctly, and the pot will double to $1,600. Famous organizations. This semi-military organization was founded by General William Booth to bring the Christian gospel to London's poor. Today, it has over
Salvation Army.
375,000 members worldwide. For a block, and to make our pot worth $1,600, name it.
The Salvation Army.
Right. Good for a block. Put an O there in the secret category. Our pot worth $1,600. We'll take a pause, but we promise to be back in a moment.
Very good.
Shall we dance? I like that music, isn't that nice? Let's look at the board, just to give you a reminder before we go into our next show. Give you something to think about. Get a little uptight. Take a look at that board. We have a lot of good subjects up there. 2 X's, 2 O's, so both of you at this point are tied. Roxanne, it's a good feeling just to be tied with him at this point, right?
Sure.
Were you a little intimidated when you walked out here knowing that he has over $76,000 and has become one of our top 12 winners of all time on Tic-Tac-Toe?
A little, but I'm going to give him a run for the money.
A run for the money. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to give this young man a run for the money. Good luck. And, of course, equal time for Alan. Alan, good luck to you. Congratulations for all your winning so far. We'll see you next time. Wink Martindale for Tic-Tac-Toe. Bye, everybody.
Let's go feminism.
Hair conditioner. Overworked hair is drained of its natural.
All right. He gave equal time to the man. Okay, next up, that was Tic-Tac-Toe. Next up, we go to the end of the 80s for The Last Word. This was I think it was almost like a Canadian-U.S. co-production, but it was mainly Merrill Heater Productions, who Wink had previously worked with on... Oh, I just realized I haven't had my ring light on. There we go. I've just been in the shadows for an hour. Wink had previously worked with Heater and Heater Quigley on Gambit and High Rollers. This is sort of, after Wheel of Fortune, everyone was trying to come up with their own, hangman game that would be a huge hit. This one has contestants partnered with celebrities. And the only episode I could find that was pretty good, that was pretty decent video quality, was the premiere. But I just find it odd that this show aired from like 1989 to 1990. And it was one of those shows similar to Tic-Tac-Toe where the game could straddle over between episodes. That you didn't really see much of that until like Millionaire came along later. The style of the time was for each episode to be a self-contained game. But anyway, and also sharp-eared viewers will notice a few sound effects lifted from Family Feud. So let's just get right into it and watch The Last Word.
What does everybody want?
And now, ready to play the game where the last word is worth everything, our players. Tony Potts and his celebrity partner, Ted Lange from The Love Boat. And joining them is Janie Wilson and Janie's celebrity partner, Jill Whalen, also from The Love Boat. And now, here are 2 good words to get us started. Wink Martindale.
There was another episode I watched where, weirdly casual.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Another episode I watched where one of the celebrities was from Alien Nation, and they actually showed a clip. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a celebrity guest on a game show have a clip to show of their show.
Thank you. Thank you,
Or
and
their
welcome
project.
to The Last Word. Let me add a couple of good words to that. My co-host, the voice you just heard, that of Jennifer Lyle.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of big hair on this show.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to be here.
Welcome to The Last Word.
Thank you.
And
Very
if you'll
first
move,
show.
yeah, it is first show, and I guess we probably should get started.
We should.
So you move over there, and I'll move over here, and here we go. Let's start by saying hello to Jill Whalen and her partner, Janie Wilson. Hello, guys.
Yeah, the civilian has bigger hair and a deeper tan than the celebrity.
Team Ted Lange and his partner, Tony Potts. Welcome to you both. Four good people ready to play a good game. You know how we play, so in case you don't, let me explain. Let's have our first puzzle, and I'll show you. Players, you're looking for 3 words. We never tell you anything about them because all 3 words have something in common. This means getting any one of them can lead you to the other 2, and that's the whole idea. Each word has a prize attached to it, but you have to come up with the last word, the final remaining word, to win the game and to win one of these prizes. Jennifer, what do we have?
Mr. Shanks says, just woke up from an illness-induced nap, so I'm actually home when you're streaming for once. Well, welcome, Mr. Shanks. I'm sorry to hear you're ill, but you know, I hope you get better. And illness naps are the best.
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Wink. If you win the game with 1 word, it's Popworks. It'll have you dancing to today's sound with a look of yesterday with their 50s jukebox style. It's cassette player, recorder, and AM/FM radio from Popworks. Win the game with 2 words, and Jean Roulet brings a touch of elegance to your officer home with his 18-karat gold layered over brass death clock. Swiss made
Death
and
clock.
all quartz movement from Jean Roulet. And if you win all 3 words, you win all 3
That can't be
prizes,
what she said.
including This. Emerson's 19-inch stereo color television with 155-channel cable TV compatibility, 31-key remote control, and sleep timer. Fine-tune your life with Emerson.
So to be clear, you only win one of the prizes unless you get all 3 words.
A nice prizes all. Win the game with all 3 words, and all 3 of those prizes are yours. Win 2 out of 3 games,
Jukebox
and you'll
looks
get
like
a
a
chance for
Christmas
much
ornament
more.
for some reason.
Now it's time for game number 1. Tony plays
Well, it was
Jill
small,
of the opposing
but
team, and players,
it was a
please
cassette
take your
player.
positions, and we are off and running with our first game of The Last Word. By the way, no help from the partners. Janie, you hear that? You hear that, Ted? We always begin with some free letters, and here they come. An E, an O, and an N. We have them. All right, Tony, you go first. Hit your starter and go for a letter.
Hey.
And that letter is another O.
Taboo.
Now, whenever you reveal a new letter, you're allowed a guess. That can be risky, though, and I'll tell you why. Because when you
Or
guess at
tattoo.
a word, we'll begin typing it in. If you're wrong, the correct letter will appear in its place. Your turn will then be over, and you'll have given Jill an important clue. So do you want to guess or pass?
I think, Wink, I will pass on this one.
All right, let's go over to Jill Whalen. Guess or go for a letter?
I'm going to go for a letter.
All right. And it's a P. Guess or pass?
I think that I'm going to pass.
All right, remember 3 words that have something in common. Tony?
I'll take a letter, Wink.
Oh, I think tattoo has 2 T's.
Come up with an O, bottom word. Guess or pass?
I'll have to pass.
Back to you, Jill.
I will take a letter.
All righty. There's no idea yet. Maybe that
Oh,
helps.
igloo.
Yes, I would like to guess the middle word.
What do you think the middle word is?
Igloo.
All right, you're guessing igloo. Remember, we'll begin typing it in. If you're wrong, the correct letter will appear in its place. Your turn will be over then, and you'll have given an important clue to Tony. So let's see if you're right. You think it's igloo. She right? Yes! Little bitty word that meant a lot. Because that gives you 1 word, as you played very nicely for Janie. That's why Janie has that beautiful... You have nice teeth, too, Janie. Very, very fun. All right, you have 1 word, and you're allowed to guess at another or pass.
Oh, TP
What do you want
at
to
the
do,
top.
Jill?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to pass.
All right, remember 3 words that are related in some way. Tony, over to you.
I'll take a letter, Wink.
Here it comes.
Yeah, TP.
Something that goes with igloo.
Okay, I'll guess the top word, teapot.
Spell it.
T-E-A-P-O-T.
T-E-A-P-O-T. Is it teapot?
Oh.
No, it isn't. Back to you, Jill. You can guess or go for a letter, whatever you prefer.
I would like to guess the top word.
All right.
Teepee.
That would give you 2 words if you're right. Is it teepee? Yes! Show
Now,
off.
what's the third?
Janie, she's playing for you. How's she doing, huh?
Great.
All right, you're right for another word, and you have a chance to go for the last word. That's the name of the game. If you can win the last word, you've won the game.
Oh boy, this is a toughie. I guess I'm gonna pass.
All right, Tony, you can still win the game by coming up with the last word. You want to guess or go for a letter?
Go for a letter. I will, let's see, the last word, is it... Can.
Time's up, sorry. Back to you. Jill Whalen, you can come up
Cones?
with the last word and win the game.
I don't know.
Well,
Oh,
guess or
condo.
Go for a letter.
Go for a letter.
We never give you the last letter, by the way. All right, that's the last remaining letter.
Yeah,
We never-
sometimes, a lot of times, the third word is a funny twist on the other two. It's actually similar to the triple toss-up on Wheel of Fortune now.
Give you that. You're entitled to a guess or, need I tell you, guess or pass.
It's what I live in, a condo.
If it's condo, you have the
Must
last
be
word,
nice.
right? Yes. Very good, Jill Whalen. Tony, I call that a blitz.
Yeah.
That's a blitz.
Skunk.
Congratulations to the team of Janie and Jill. That's the last word. You win the game. And, of course, the three words, teepee, igloo, and condo, living quarters. That's what we'll call those. So you got all three words, and you win the cassette player, the clock, and a gorgeous color
Forgot what
television
condos
set.
were for a second. Yeah, it's condom without the M.
Right after we take this commercial time out. All right, we're back with game 2 now of the last word. And thanks to
Actually, condo is short for condominium, so there is condom in there.
Jill Whalen, Janie has a game to her credit. Janie, you win this one, and you won the match. Now we have switch players for game 2. Janie will play Ted Land. Do you think you're up to this, Ted?
Oh, yes, we're up to this.
All right, Jennifer, what are we playing for in game number 2, please?
Well, Wink, if you win the game with one word from MPI Home Video, The Honeymooners Lost Episodes, specially restored after discovery in Gleason's personal vault, a cultural treasure furnished by MPI. Now, if you win the game with two words, Rokina International's Rokinon Professional Type 35mm focus-free camera, motor advance and rewind includes hard case from Rokina International. And if you win the game with all three words, you win all three prizes, including Nemo marries the modern look of acrylic to the fun of neon to create
That is
the
a
neon
obstacle
telephone,
number 2
a great
level
blend
prize
of
on
form
Double
and
Dare.
function from Nemo Incorporated.
So it's Janie trying to
Nemo,
win the game for the match.
a
And
link
it's
to
Ted trying
tic-tac-toe.
win the game for Tony to even things up
We
in a
won
game
the
of peace.
spousal
Let's see if they can pull
abuse
it off.
VHSs.
Let's see the puzzle, please. And the free letters. They are E, an O, and a K. All right, Janie, you go first for a letter. Looks like an H to me. Take a guess or pass.
I'll have to pass.
Ted, your first turn.
All right, letter.
There you go.
Poker.
Any help?
No,
Three words that are related. Time's up. Janie, back to you. Guess or go for a letter?
I'll guess at the bottom word.
So soon?
Yeah, I'll
She
go
feels
for it.
sure of herself. What do you say it is?
Poker
Is
or
it
joker?
Poker.
You think the bottom word is poker. P-O-K. It would work. Let's see if
Yeah.
you're right. No.
Nope, it's joker.
Look at Ted.
We live in a society.
Oh, that devilish fiend over
Hey, you
there.
know, I went and saw Batman, so I feel really good I saw that movie.
What do you want to do, Ted?
I'll go for a letter, and then I'll
All right.
try maybe a little strategy here. I want to take a guess for the bottom word.
Yes?
Joker.
If you're right, you have the first word. Is it joker?
Yes. All right. Hey, all right.
See, Tony smells victory over there already. You're right for one word, Ted, and you're allowed to guess at another word.
Okay, I'm going to pass.
Oh, time's up. You got to get in real quick. Janie, you want to guess or go for a word? A letter.
I'm going to go for a letter.
Here it comes.
Bruce.
Guess or pass?
Okay.
Oh, time's up again. Ted, guess or go for a letter?
Letter.
Something that goes with joker. Ted? Time's up. Janie, back to you. Guess or go for a letter?
I'll
Three
go for a
words that
letter.
have something in common, all right?
Bruce Gotham.
A lot of people in the audience know. Ted,
I'm going to guess
which word?
the middle word.
What is it?
Gotham.
If you're right, you have a
Gotham.
second word. Gotham? Yes! Very good, Ted. You have 2 words. And you are allowed to go for the final word.
Yes.
The last word, which is the name of our game. It would even up the match at a game apiece.
Yes, it would, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. You got to hurry.
Yeah.
Time's going to run out. What do you want to do? All right, back to Janie.
I don't know.
Janie, you can guess or go for a letter. Going for the match.
I'm going to go for a letter.
That didn't help her.
Oh!
Come on, Ted. You said you saw Batman.
Hey, we never give you the last letter, so...
I want to take a guess.
I thought you might say that. If you come up with the last word, we have a tie match at a game apiece. What do you think it is?
Bruce Wayne.
For the last word.
For the last
Yes
word.
or no?
Yes.
Hey, how many times have I seen you on Love Boat? You always had the last word behind that bar, and you did it again on our show.
Yes.
So we have a tie. Let's see, of course, we're talking about Bruce, Gotham, and Joker, all related to Batman. And you got all 3 words, so you picked up the videotapes for Tony, the camera, and that gorgeous phone. Tony, congratulations. Well done.
There's literally no reason not to take a letter when it's available. So there is a thing that hasn't come up yet, which is that if the randomizer stops on a space that already has a letter, you have to give a letter to your opponent. So the idea is you want to try to pick a blank that would not help them as much.
In this final playoff game.
Well, Wink, if they win the game with 1 word, Washington Forge 5-piece Green River cutlery set with edge saver block. American-made professional cutting edges designed for all your cutlery needs, from and furnished by Washington Forge. Win the game with 2 words and GMI's Minnesota Fats floor model mini pool table. Scaled down exactly to size and offers the excitement of a full-size table. Quality game table by GMI. And if you win with 3 words, you get all 3 prizes, including this Hot Point dishwasher. Makes for easy cleanup.
I don't know why, but I don't like the pool tables with the net
pots and pan
holes.
cycle. It also features energy-saving drying option and a built-in soft food
It reminds me of the
disposer
South Park
to
Wheel
reduce
of Fortune
pre-rinsing. Furnished by Hot Point.
All righty, that's what you're going to be playing for. We're going to... I tell you what, for this playoff, we're going to let the celebrities take a rest. We're going to let the 2 contestants fight it out. Before the show today, we tossed a coin for this round, which means, Janie, you're going to get to go first. So Ted just replaced Tony over there, so it's Tony versus Janie. Let's have our tiebreaker to see who wins and goes for a lot of nice prizes in our bonus game. And the 3 letters, T-A-M. All right, Janie, you go first, please. It's a K.
Stakes.
I'll have to pass.
All right, Tony, your turn.
Okay,
Guess or go for a letter.
I'll take a letter.
Nope.
I'll have to.
Oh, the balls are easier to get out in
Janie,
that
back
one,
to you.
I guess.
I'll take a letter, Wink.
I just like the little... Oh, there we go.
Oh, you know, early on when I said that could happen sometime, Ted, remember we talking about that?
Yeah.
It didn't happen to you, but whenever you land on a letter that's already revealed, there is a penalty. You must give a letter to your opponent. Your choice of any letter in any word, so try not to be too helpful.
I'll give him the middle word and the 4th letter.
What a nice person you are. Tony?
Okay, I'll have to.
I just like the pool tables that have the little network of gutters underneath.
Letter.
Strike.
3 words in some
Strike,
ways tied
spare.
together. Time's up. Janie,
I'll take a guess at the top word.
what do you think the top word is?
Strike.
If it's strike, you have a word. Is it strike? Yes. Very good, Janie. You're right for a word, and you're allowed to guess at another word or pass. Take a look at what's left. Middle word, bottom word.
I'll have to pass.
Tony.
Okay, Wink, I'll have to take a letter.
Oh, Tony, you got to give Janie a letter.
Okay, I will give her the bottom word, the third letter.
Stop laughing, Janie.
Frame.
What do you want to do?
I'll have to pass.
Guess. Oh,
Oh,
you can guess or go for a letter.
okay, I'll go for a letter.
Oh, maybe you should have done what you were planning to do before I said. All right, Janie. You have to give him a letter.
The bottom word and the fifth letter.
Tony.
Strike, spare, blame. Because your wife hates
Is the
bowling,
bottom
and you know
word
that, and why do you keep
shame?
talking even though she told you
S-H-A-M-E.
this would
Right
be
or
the end of
wrong?
your relationship?
Wrong. And we put up the first
Wait, I
letter
missed
of
what
that
his
word.
guess
Jamie,
was.
back to you.
And the fifth letter.
Tony.
Is the bottom word shame?
S-H-A-M-E. Right or wrong? Wrong. And we put up the
Flame.
first letter of that word. Jamie, back to you. Guess or go for a letter.
I'll have to pick a letter.
All right. Still doesn't know.
Shart.
Any help, Jamie? Oh, Tony.
Okay, Wink, I will take a guess at the middle word. And is it spare?
Let's take a look. Strike, spare. Yes or no? Yes. All right, you're right. That gives you a word, and you're allowed to guess at the last word, the name of the game. And, of course, if you come up with the last word, Tony, you've won the match.
Okay, Wink, I think I'm going to take a guess at the last of the bottom word, and the last word of the game, is it frame?
Does he have the last word?
It's rough if you don't bowl.
You got it.
Trying a little too hard with the suspense there.
Congratulations, Tony. You had the last word, and indeed, not only the last word, but you won the match. Congratulations to you. Let's see, by the way, of course, we were talking about going bowling, strike, spare, and frame. Those three words, actually two words, give you the pool table. That's that second prize, the pool table, which is very
ironic.
Nice for your homer game. So, Tony, assisted by Ted Lange, we're going to see how much more you can win in our 60-second challenge, and we'll do that right after we come back from this commercial timeout. Thank you very much, everybody. Welcome back to The Last Word and
The
our
bowling of tables,
60-second
except not.
challenge. Tony, with Mr. Lange's help here, you are going to go for a plethora of great prizes. Listen to Jennifer.
That plethora includes Jean Dev brings new dimension to time.
Oh,
teaching
that's
with
a
a
crazy
watch
watch.
that marries today's technology with yesterday's styling. The Sectora is 18-karat gold overlay and all Swiss-made from Jean Dev watches. And set
It's
your
impossible
watch
to
adventure when you jet to Venice, Italy. Sail on a Karatiki 14-day European Grand Tour. Visit the Greek Isles, Istanbul, the Black Sea, and Dubrovnik. Just a few of the 13 ports of call in the beautiful world renaissance. An unforgettable cruise from a Paratiki Cruise Line.
Sound good, Tony?
Sounds good to me.
That's not the Love Boat either. I'll tell you.
I've been there. You'll like it.
Okay, I think you were
Okay,
fun.
Tony, with his help, your job is to solve 10 puzzles in 60 seconds. With each, we'll give you the first two words as clues, and then begin putting in letters in the last word one at a time. You can both call out as many guesses as you wish. As soon as we hear the correct answer, we'll give you the next puzzle. For each correct answer, we'll give you
Well, you'd get the phone plus the other two prizes at least.
a $100 gift certificate. If you solve all 10 puzzles, those prizes valued at $8,200 will all be yours.
So let me rewind for a second.
Word one at a time. You can both call out as many guesses as you wish. As soon as we hear the correct answer, we'll give you the next puzzle. For each correct answer, we'll give you a $100 gift certificate. If you solve
Okay,
all...
gift certificate. The other episodes I watched, they said you get $100 in gifts. So this is clearly a show that doesn't deal in cash at all.
all 10 puzzles, those prizes valued
Yeah, it's a bonus round.
$8,200 will all be yours.
All right, let's go.
Ready to play?
We're ready. Here we go.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock, please, and go.
May, June, July.
April.
Yes, April is right.
Sniffles, aches,
Coughs.
cold, complaints,
Chills.
Yes, next.
Bush, Reagan, Carter,
Yes, next.
Rabbi, minister,
Preacher, priest.
Yes, next.
Zipper, buttons, pockets, buttons.
Velcro.
zipper,
What is that?
button, zipper, button, Velcro.
That's correct. 5 more.
Gold, silver, bronze,
Yes.
Very good.
4 more.
smoke, engine, diesel, dust, smoke, engine, fire, hoses, sword, parade.
Parade.
No, battle.
What is that?
Ladder.
Yes. 3 more.
Chapter, appendix, index.
Yes. 2 more.
Lipstick Mascara Rouge.
Yes, one more.
Damn, they're good.
Night Castle. Night.
Bishop.
What is that?
Oh, man. So close.
Gosh, you ran out of time. Oh, wow, that is too bad. You got Bishop. That's all you needed. I thought when you got that B, you had it. Tony, what happened? You got it, but you got it about a minute, or actually a second too late. Seemed like a minute to you. Well, you didn't get all 10, but you did get 9 of them, worth $900 in gift certificates. That brings your grand total for the day to $1,900. Our next 60-second challenge will be worth $12,300. The players are going to pick celebrity partners and return for our next game right after this.
That applause ended abruptly. Yeah, the prizes are... you can use the prizes to pay your son's bail.
If you're going to be in the Vancouver area and would like to be a contestant on The Last Word or a member of our studio audience where you could win some fabulous prizes, just write us at The Last Word, Box 4700,
Yeah, there it is, British
Vancouver,
Columbia.
BC, V6B4A3. That's The Last Word, Box 4700, Vancouver, BC, V6B4A3. Or call us at 604-421-9437. That's 604-421-9437. The Last Word in game show excitement can be yours. We'd love to see you. Back to you, Wink.
Jennifer, thank you very much. Ted Lange. Yes. I look at you and I think Love Boat, but you just opened in a very, very critically acclaimed play.
Yes, Driving Miss Daisy. That's why I have my beard here. I'm playing
Right.
an older guy.
You're
Yeah.
playing, not playing Miss Daisy.
No, not playing Miss Daisy.
Where is it, Ted?
It's going to be
very even
Birmingham,
line there.
Michigan. We're going to be there for 5 weeks, and then I go out on tour.
So to get to Birmingham, Michigan, we'll see you there.
Please.
Ted Lange of Love Boat.
Anyone else been getting calls from guys with thick accents saying they are from the United States Border Patrol lately? Bastards actually got my name tied to my phone number now. No, I generally don't. I just don't pick up the phone if I don't if it's not from someone I know, especially if it's from my area code.
Oh, beginning the second of our 2 out of 3 matches on The Last Word. However, that bell means that is all the time we have for today. Tell you what we'll do. We'll pick up where we left off.
I love to waste their time. It's too much fun.
I'll be back right after this. Please don't go.
Right now, we'd like to give our wonderful viewers a chance for The Last Word. Here's a chance.
I mean, it'd be more fun to waste their time if they actually were from Border
You're
Patrol.
home to play right along. We'll give you a puzzle with 2 words completed. It's your job to pick the last word. Remember, all 3 words have something in common. Here's the puzzle. Now remember, 3 words all have something in common. Send your answer to the following address. Viewer's Last Word, Post Office Box 4700, Vancouver, BC.
I have no idea.
V6B4A3. Include the date and station you're watching, and if your name is drawn and you're correctly giving us the last word, we'll send you a great prize. Good luck, everyone. And now, back to you, Wink.
And we got to run. I'm Wink Martindale for Jennifer Lyle and all of us. At the end of the show, I always get the last word, which is simply goodbye.
Has anyone tried prank calling the president yet? All right, so that was the last word. And we're up to our last show, and this is, other than Trivial Pursuit, other than Trivial Pursuit and reruns of his older shows, this was the show I knew Wink Martindale for the most, and that is Debt. This has a sort of an interesting legal history because their original logo looked too much like the Visa logo for Visa's liking, and also their second season they completely revamped the first round because they were sued by the producers of Jeopardy. Or were threatened to be sued by the producers of Jeopardy because their board looked too much like the Jeopardy board, but sideways. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to look like a credit card. It's just not a specific brand of one. I decided to go with a first season episode. I think we've already watched the first season one, but I prefer mechanical boards. So we're watching the one with the incriminating board. And this is a show, as the name implies, where it's contestants who are in debt and they're trying to win money to get out of debt. This was back when that was not a depressing concept, or at least this was a board game, right? I don't think they ever made a home game of it, or I don't think it was based on a board game either. But you'll see. Also, this at least in the first season, their consolation prize was a piggy bank that was clearly Ham from Toy Story, and I think I joked before about them being sued for that, but actually this show was produced by Buena Vista Television, so it's within the Disney family. Different credit card based board game. Oh yeah, well, like Mall Madness. There's another one I think called Bargain Hunt, where it was like an analog Mall Madness, like you had a credit card swiper. But anyway, let's watch Debt. And it looks like this might have original commercials, too. It's 28 minutes. This was originally on Lifetime, by the way. Television for women. Here we go.
Drowning in a sea of bills.
Then it's time to play Debt. The game show where 3 debt-laden Americans just like you compete to have us pay off all their bills and go home with nothing. And now, let's meet today's contestant.
I'm Kira.
Meanwhile, I watch Spike TV.
Last year, I bought a new car and had a baby.
I'm Glenn, and I'm in debt because I charged equipment to start my career as a director.
I'm Connie, and I'm in debt because I've been trying to get my jewelry business off the ground.
Yeah, I actually had, Mr. Shanks, I actually had a fitness goal to, like, get myself in enough shape that I could go on Supermarket Sweep without having a heart attack. But unfortunately, they didn't go for a 3rd season of the new one.
And now, starting at host, the Crown Prince of Credit, the Duke of Debt, Wig Martindale.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. And welcome to our show. The country's in debt. You're probably in debt. But most importantly, our 3 players, Kira, Glenn, and Connie, have come to us with their real-life debt. And one of them just might be lucky enough to get out of it by the end of this show. So let's get this party started, shall we? Our first round is general debt, and here are today's categories. Cannibals' favorite foods.
The game is far too easy if you ever worked at a supermarket and understand layout. Yeah, but I think on the show they actually let you study the layout of their fake supermarket as well.
Weeds we whack. First City Wink Bank. Really hairy guys. And finally, hey, I'm easy. This is an elimination round. Only the 2 players with the least debt at the end of the round get to move on and have a chance at going home with... You got it. Kira, since you have spent less than your opponents in the game of life, you get the honor of selecting our first category. But to make things fair, we're going to even you all out to the average debt amount of the day, which is $8,198. 2 final reminders before we start. All questions on debt take the I am you are format, and you will be penalized for an incorrect answer. Okay, Kira, select our first category.
I'll take really hairy guys for minus 150 wink.
Okay, and here's your question. Players, that's not a wool vest. It's just my back. I'm the MASH film star who's now Ross and Monica's proud pop on Friends. Kira?
You are Elliot Gould?
That's correct for $150.
So yeah, also the contestants' scores are represented as negative dollar amounts, and the questions are for negative dollar amounts, which normally that would mean it would increase their score, but they're not worried about that. They're just trying to be cute.
Select.
I'll take really hairy guys for minus 200.
Loves those really hairy guys. On Cheers, I'm Carla's sleazy first husband, played by Dan Hedaya, who could keep all of Boston warm with his body hair. Glenn?
You are Nick Tortelli.
You got it for $200. Select.
I'd like First City Wink Bank for minus 100, please, Wink.
Okay, and here's the question. By the way, this category is about things you find at the bank. You did say minus 100, right?
Yes.
I'm an Olympic event you do with a pole and where the bank locks up loot. Glenn?
You are Vault Wink.
You asked for it, you got the answer for $100. Select.
I'll stay in the same category for minus 150, please.
I'm the box you rent at the bank where you can store vital documents and hide your incriminating photos. Glenn?
You are a safe deposit box.
That is correct for $150.
I'll take First City Wink Bank for minus 200, please.
I'm what smokers suffer when they quit, and the term
Withdrawal.
for pulling your wad out of a bank. Connie?
I'll pull your wad.
You are withdrawal.
That is it for $200 off your debt.
Wink, I'll take I'm easy for minus 150.
Here's the question. Answers in this category contain the word easy. I'm the 1989 sci-fi flick starring Jeff
Oh, it was
Goldblum where
actually
Julie
more over
Brown
100.
sings "'Cause I'm a Blonde." Glenn.
You are Earth Girls are easy, Wink.
That's good for $150.
I'll take I'm easy for minus 200, please.
Here's your question. I'm the Linda Ronstadt cover of a Buddy Holly hit that could be Liz Taylor's theme song. Connie?
You are It's So Easy.
That's correct. It's so easy to fall in love.
I'll take First City Wink Bank for minus 250, Wink.
Players, I'm an acronym for a militant Irish organization
IRA.
and an account you can open to plan for your retirement. Glenn?
You are IRA, Wink.
That's it. $250 off your debt.
I'll take Really Hairy Guys for minus 250, please.
Okay, and the question... You've been our detonator, the most difficult question on today's board in the opinion of our producers, and because of that, this is worth $500. Very important question. Listen carefully. I'm the long-haired, hairy-chested pop rocker who scored with 70s hits like I Just Wanna Stop.
I don't know.
Fame is fleeting, isn't it? Gino Vanelli. Gino Vanelli. All right, Glenn, pick again, please.
Yeah, that was the hardest one.
Minus 150, please, Wink.
I'm a comic strip full of hicks and the dried-up balls that blow down the street in a ghost town. Glenn?
Tumbleweeds.
That's it. Good for $150.
I'll take Weeds We Whack for minus 200, please.
I'm the weed that sounds like a lawn planted by Sebastian from The Little Mermaid.
Seaweed?
Kira?
You are seaweed, Wink.
No, I'm sorry. Anybody else?
Oh, crabgrass.
Crabgrass. Crabgrass. Glenn, select.
I'll take Weeds We Whack for minus 250, please.
I'm the metallic-sounding movie where Meryl Streep depresses us
Steel
by tying
Magnolias.
one on during the Great Depression. Connie?
You are Silkwood.
No, I'm sorry. Glenn?
You are Weeds, Wink.
No, I can't accept that. Kira, have any idea? The exact answer is ironweed.
Ironweeds.
Glenn,
Okay.
select.
I'll get out of the weeds category and go to Cannibal's Favorite Foods for minus 150, please.
Okay, the category is about things you eat that sound like human body parts. I'm a female flange and a type of small, thinly shaped sponge
Lady
cake.
fingers.
How about it, Glenn?
You are Ladyfinger, Wink.
That's it. You got it.
I'll take same category, minus 200.
I'm a type of hot dog that sounds like it belongs in a 12-inch shoe.
Footlong.
Glenn?
You are a footlong, Wink.
That is correct. $200 off your debt. Less than 2 minutes remaining in general debt.
I'll take Cannibal's Favorite Foods, minus 250, please.
Players, although not actually edible, I sound like an item on a cannibal's menu. I'm sandwich slang for a punch in the face.
Knuckle sandwich.
Kira?
You're a club sandwich?
No. Connie?
You're a slap?
No. Any idea, Glenn?
No, sir.
Club sandwich was close, but it was a knuckle sandwich. Or fist sandwich. Okay, Glenn, select again.
I'll go to I'm Easy for minus 250, please.
Players, I'm the 1985 pop hit by Philip Bailey and Phil Collins about a girl who didn't play hard to
Easy
get.
Lover.
Glenn.
You are Easy Lover, Wink.
Easy Lover, yes.
Vulva lips.
Easy for minus 100, please.
During Prohibition, I was the name of the place where you could suck down a pink lady or a Bloody Mary.
Speakeasy.
Glenn.
You are Speakeasy, Wink.
That's it.
I'll take Really Hairy Guys for minus 100, please.
I'm Kim Basinger's husband, and I look like I rubbed Rogaine all over my body.
Alec Baldwin.
Connie?
You are Alec Baldwin.
You got it.
I'll take Weeds We Whack for minus 100.
After playing a prisoner in Weeds, I was sentenced to play Barbara Streisand's love interest in Prince of Tides. Connie?
You are Nick Nolte.
Yes, for $100.
Cannibal's Favorite Foods for minus 100.
I'm the lovely bit of cartilage you hear through and what you'd call a piece of corn.
Ear.
Connie?
You are an ear.
Yes.
Cannibal's Favorite Foods for minus 50.
Completing that category, I'm a type of macaroni and a part of your arm. Glenn?
You are an elbow, Wink.
Elbow, right.
I'll take Weeds We Whack for minus 50.
Completing the category, I'm the company that whacks your weeds with herbicide, and I'm the dentist who puts braces on your teeth.
Was ortho.
Glenn?
You are an ortho, Wink.
You
Ortho
are
is the
ortho.
answer.
I think they dropped the IMUR
I'm
thing
sorry
in the
to
second
say that
season,
you,
too.
Kira, have the highest score, and unfortunately, in our game, that means you are eliminated. But you won't go home empty-handed because Julie has this for you.
Well, Kara, to help you get back on the road to financial recovery,
Yeah, not a lot of people know that.
Debt Piggy Bank, along with a $200 savings bond. Go put it in the bank.
Well played, Connie. Congratulations. We'll be back to see Glenn and Connie battle it out for a chance to have us pay off all their debts right after this.
Legally distinct piggy bank. Well, like I said, this is Buena Vista Television, so I think they owned the pig.
What is reality? What is
Oh my God, this movie.
He's invisible, and I can't see him.
You're my best friend.
Whoopi Goldberg, Gerard Depardieu, Hocus, rated PG.
That's what it was called.
September 6th.
I was trying to remember what's that fucking movie with the French guy who's an imaginary friend. That is Levi Stubbs, right?
The creamy taste of Velveeta melting into every tender...
Yeah, and I saw it as a kid too, and it still didn't make an impression.
Velveeta, shells and cheese.
Yeah, that's Levi Stubbs.
Snack cake with a new attitude. Because taste is hot. Fat is not. Want a new twist on lemon? Pucker up. Sweet rewards. Desserts with an attitude. New from Betty Crocker.
Miss Pillow's class put Elmer's no-run school
it might have
gels
been.
in the test. It's in a class by itself.
It's not runny. White glue drips. This dry's clear.
oh no, he definitely did take a piss on an airplane.
Teacher tested, classroom approved.
Line 4, doctor. Many patients call about home pregnancy tests. Ask about new first response. Most doctors
actually, Levi Stubbs lived till 2008.
It's accurate, and now it's easier to read. 2 lines pregnant, 1 not pregnant. Most doctors would recommend new first response.
Good friends are honest.
2 lines. Not pregnant twice.
Supportive.
You're getting sucked. Smile and have dimples. Don't frown and have wrinkles.
Appreciative.
Why are you on a sheet? I have had it with you commenting on everything I wear.
Tactful.
Oh, you're discovering yourself. Like most girls do in their teens.
And best friends are even worse.
Click, I'm back.
Hope and Gloria. Tonight at 7 on Lifetime.
And now, let's get deeper into debt with Wink Martindale.
Welcome back, everybody. We're down to 2 players on debt. Glenn's in the lead with minus $6,648. Connie has minus $7,998. That's quite a spread, a difference of $1,350. But believe me, Connie, we've seen things change in a hurry here, and I'm sure watching the show, you've seen the same thing. So the game's up for grabs. I'll leave it at that. At the end of this round, one of you, the one with the least debt remaining, will have a chance to have us pay off your entire debt. A wonderful thought, yes. But first, we're going to play gambling debt. Now, in this round, I'm going to show you a category, and then you'll wager between yourselves to see who can answer the most questions correctly out of 5. Category values increase throughout that round. $300 will be at stake in our first category, and that is Drink Me. Drink Me. This category is about popular beverages. All right, since you're behind, Connie, we'll let you start the bidding.
I can answer 4.
Okay, Glenn, you want to go for 5?
I'll let you prove it, Connie.
He says prove it, Connie. 4 out of 5 of these will take $300 off your debt. I'm the creamy white liquid that does the body good.
Milk.
You are milk.
That's correct. What else would be white that does the body good?
Oh, I can think of something.
Company who reminds us that life is a sport. Drink it up.
Gatorade.
You are Gatorade.
Yes.
Gatorade.
Good
Is
guess.
it in you?
I'm the fruity company that wants you to crave the wave.
You
Ocean
are
Spray?
Ocean Spray.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's 3. 1 to go for the money. I'm the soda you've got if you've got the right one, baby.
Diet Pepsi.
You are Pepsi.
Connie, can you be more specific, please?
You are Diet Pepsi.
You got it. That gives you the $300. $300 off your debt. Let's move on to our next category worth $400. Builders and building blocks. This category is about architects and children's building toys.
I don't know why the crowd goes wild for every category.
Connie, start the bidding, please.
I can name 3.
Glenn?
I can name 4. I can answer
Connie?
4 of those.
She says prove it, Glenn. 4 out of 5 will give you $400 off your debt. Builders and building blocks. Named after a president, I'm the wood toy pieces that
Lincoln
kids
Logs.
can use to build a cabin.
You are Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs, yes. 2, I'm the actor who played architect Mike Brady in the TV version of The Brady Bunch.
Robert. I just saw him.
Robert Reed.
Yeah,
Remember
Robert Reed.
You still have 3 left. You need all 3 of them for the money.
TV version.
I'm the Play School set of brightly colored sticks and wooden circles
Tinker
that your little
Toys.
stinker loves to build with. Tinker Toys. Connie gets the money. $400 off her debt. Tinker Toys. I thought you had that one, Glenn. It's easy for me to say, all right? I got the questions and the answers. Okay, $500 on this next category, which is Frankenstein. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Connie, start the bidding, please.
Oh, it's just questions about Frankenstein.
Glenn?
I'm going to let Connie prove it.
He says, prove it, Connie. 4 out of 5 will give you $500 off your debt, make our score much closer. I'm the actor who became a star thanks to my portrayal of the monster in the 1931 flick Frankenstein.
You are
Boris Karloff.
Yes. That's 1, 3 to go for the money. I'm the 1935 movie where the woman of Frankie's dreams is sewn
Bride of
together
Frankenstein.
from spare body parts.
You are the bride of Frankenstein.
That's 2. 2 to go for $500. I'm the 1974 Mel Brooks spoof of the Lughead's
Young
Life.
Frankenstein.
You are...
Time's up. Young Frankenstein. Young Frankenstein.
Blank.
If you get both of these, you get the money. If you don't, Glenn gets it taken off his debt. I'm the 60s sitcom that featured Fred Gwynn as a lovable Frankenstein
Munsters.
monster.
You are the Munsters.
That's correct. 1 more to go for $500. I'm the horror actor from the 60s and 70s who played the doctor in Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed.
Was it Christopher Lee? Or Peter Cushing?
You are... scary.
No, Peter Cushing.
It was
Glenn gets the
Cushing.
money off his debt.
Grandma
$500.
Tarkin.
Peter Cushing. Okay, Connie, this is a must-win situation for you. If you don't get this category, then you will be mathematically eliminated, and of course, Glenn will win the game. Category's worth $750, and it is, that's all.
Yeah, very
folk
good. 5 for
singers.
5, Tiger
That's
Cat.
all, folk singers. Glenn, start the bidding.
I can answer 3 of those.
Connie, that's all folk singers.
I can answer 4.
Glenn, she says...
Prove it.
All right, Connie, 4 out of 5 of these will keep you alive in the game. Anything short of 4 out of 5, Glenn wins the game. Understand?
Yes.
Number 1, I pumped out folk songs like This Land Is Your Land and folk singers
Woody
like
Guthrie.
my son Arlo.
You are Guthrie.
That is correct. Woody Guthrie.
I'd say you'd need more information.
Number 2, I'm Harry Chapin's depressing chart-topping song about a father and son that's so good you'll jump off a bridge.
Cats, is it Cats in the Cradle? Yeah.
That title is Cats in the Cradle. Cats in the Cradle. You need all 3 of these now to stay alive. I'm the grandma of folk who sang of peace, love, and the night they drove old Dixie down.
Joan Baez, okay.
Joan Baez. Glenn wins the game.
Covered by the band, okay.
It just wouldn't come to you, would it? Joan Baez. Glenn, that means you're going on to the final round with a chance to have us pay off everything you owe. And you, Connie, will go home with this. Julie?
Well, Connie, you may have lost, but you're certainly no loser because you will receive one of our...
Hey, couldn't come up with Joan Baez, huh?
The $500 savings bond. Don't spend it all in one place.
Well, Connie came close to a 9th-inning comeback there. You got closer and closer, but folk singers gave you a problem. Joan
Well, that's how the game works. It's,
It wasn't a strong category.
Have you ever bought one of her records?
hubris can backfire.
Thanks for being with us. Nice to meet you. Glenn, congratulations to you. Well played. We'll be back to see if Glenn can move out of the red and into the black right after we take this.
Oh yeah, this is where I learned about the whole red and black thing. Red means negative,
Got you down. Well,
black
yourself
means positive.
inside. If you'd like to be a contestant on Debt and you live in the LA area,
Do not call.
213-468-3300.
Phone number no longer active.
We asked people to try a nutritious new pasta dish.
It's very good.
It's the spot.
This is wonderful.
Nice herbs and spices. What is it?
It's Hamburger Helper's new Italian herb.
Hamburger helper?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Under 325 calories per serving.
I'm a calorie counter.
No preservatives.
No preservatives. This is new then.
New Italian herb, one of 3 new flavors of Hamburger Helper.
I'm impressed. I think I'll put it in my shopping cart. How about some more?
Makes a real good feel-good meal. More.
You say please?
Please.
Okay.
Arthritis. Imagine if you could relieve your minor arthritis pain so effectively, it almost feels like you've gone back in time to the days before you had arthritis. Try Capsaicin P, a remarkable cream with the topical analgesic ingredient doctors recommend most for arthritis pain. Capsaicin P builds effectiveness until it reaches peak pain relief power. And when the pain is gone, it's almost like you've gone back in time.
We just shoved this
Get
giant
odor-free
wooden
Capsaicin
spoon in
P
my
with
mayonnaise.
The ingredient doctors recommend most.
CLR dissolves lime. CLR dissolves calcium.
Accountants used to use red pens to denote negative numbers and ledgers. Black Friday started as a way to bring stores into the black, unless that's old wives' tale they've been peddled my whole life. That's what I've heard too.
The impossible. CLR.
But it's also funny because like Black Tuesday is the day the stock market crashed.
To be the best household cleaner you've ever used, or you get your money back.
CLR is available at Walgreens, Ace, Winn-Dixie, Eckerd, Kmart, True Value, Kroger, and leading stores everywhere.
True blue taste, wishbone bright, real blue cheese in every bite. Take a peek, take a pour, you're looking at what you're looking for. Taste the colors, wishbone, world's most colorful taste.
Needed a lot of black sheets to cover all the dead bodies that jumped from the rooftops.
Only on video, Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Yeah.
Critics agree. The magic is back thanks to Robin Williams.
Give me that big light.
Get your copy and celebrate Labor Day weekend with Disney's...
So I brought this up on the dumpster, but I have to imagine that Robin Williams coming back to voice Genie coincided with Katzenberg leaving Disney for DreamWorks.
Sale everywhere.
A lifetime intimate portrait. He was born into the glamour, the fame, the American dream. The adorable boy who captured our hearts and became the sexiest man alive.
Okay, good. The dead one.
Blessed and burdened, John Kennedy Jr. is America's Prince Charming.
Now this incredible glare of public interest for John.
What are his dreams?
Yeah, probably.
And desires? What does his future hold?
A plane crash.
John Kennedy Jr.
Sunday at 10 p.m. on Lifetime. Television for women. Watch What Every Baby Knows. Weekday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 10.
It was a cash grab, but I think Robin had legitimate bad blood with Katzenberg because of most of them are the dead one. He had bad blood with Katzenberg because like he requested the Genie not be used for more than a certain percentage of the promotion, and they went over that. I don't know. I'd have to look up a book about it.
We're back to see if Glenn can get out of debt with the help of our main man, Wink.
Welcome back to Debt, everybody. He did well, didn't he? Glenn played the first 2 rounds, eliminated his opponent, and knocked off $2,800 from his debt. So, Glenn, you've now earned the right to have us pay off your entire original debt of $8,436 in the round we appropriately call Get Out of Debt. If you can answer 10 of these questions in 60 seconds, your debt of $8,436 will be completely wiped out. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Wink.
Okay, your category is what a difference a day makes. All of the answers in this category have day in them. Okay? You set your expiration date at 60 seconds, and your time starts now. I'm the actress who played Grace Van Owen on L.A. Law.
Don't know.
I'm the U2 song about a January holiday.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
In the Sam Cooke song, I'm the night when he ain't got nobody.
Pass.
I'm the holiday held the first Monday in September.
Labor Day.
Yes, I'm the actress who's...
Yeah, there's something hitting the air conditioner.
Starting with 6, you get egg roll.
Pass.
I'm the
Doris
soap
Day.
opera with the opening like sand through the hourglass.
Days of Our Lives.
Yes, I'm the hotel chain with a sun on their sign.
Had rain come through
Yes,
very
I'm the
shortly in
colorful
South
alternative
Jersey an
band
hour or
whose
two
debut
ago.
album was
Okay.
titled Dookie.
I'm in North.
Yes, I'm the Marx Brothers movie about an afternoon at the horse
Day
track.
at the races.
Yes, I'm the November holiday in honor of Armed Forces alumni.
Veterans Day.
Yes, I'm the city in Ohio where the Bosnia Peace Treaty was signed.
Pass.
I'm the 1973 best foreign film starring Jacqueline Bisset.
Pass.
I'm the Nathaniel West novel about the dark side of Hollywood.
Pass.
I'm the holiday celebrated the third Sunday in June.
Pass.
I'm the full name of the Molly Dodd Show.
Pass.
I'm the Richard Burton World War II movie about the invasion of Normandy.
D-Day.
No, I'm the Rolling Stones.
Damn.
The Longest Day.
Okay, so it's probably
Day
rain.
Was that last one? The actress who played Grace Van Owen on L.A. Law, Susan Day. The U2 song about a January holiday, New Year's Day. Sam Cooke sang the song I'm the Night When He Ain't Got Nobody, Saturday. Another Saturday night, and so forth.
Oh,
I'm the
okay,
actress
yeah.
who starred in With 6 You Get Egg Roll, Doris Day, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio. And the best foreign film starring Jacqueline Bisset, Day for Night, Day of the Locust, Nathaniel West novel about the dark side of Hollywood. Father's Day, you missed out on that one. Celebrated the third Sunday in June. In any event, I'm sorry you didn't make it down to 0. However, all is not lost with you, Glenn. In the first 2 rounds, you reduced your debt by $2,800. That's yours to keep, of course, unless you decide to bet your debt. When we selected you to be a player on the show, you told us your specialty category in the world of pop culture was Star Trek, the next
Oh, hell
generation.
yeah.
So before the show, we put together one question on Star Trek, the next generation. And if you can answer this question correctly, we'll double your current total of $2,800. However, if you go for it and miss, you'll be back $8,436 in the hole. You can walk away with what you've won or risk it all. What will he do? We'll be back in a minute to see what Glenn is indeed going to do right after this break. What's he going to do?
Check off. He probably showed up in Next Gen. So normally if you get all 10, Bet Your Debt is played for double or nothing on your entire debt amount.
Rubin, Steffi Graf. 3 women.
The #1 player in the world. I could do things that others are dreaming about.
3 stories.
Game, set, match, Miss Rubin.
I know that I can stay out there and come up with a victory.
1 thing in common.
Billie Jean King invented professional women's sports.
You have to win. You have to be #1.
Nike presents A Passion to Play.
Tonight at 8 on Lifetime. Television for women.
Pedigree Little Champions is perfect for my little champions. They
Aww.
like how it tastes and they're thriving.
I know their breathing is fucked up, but they're so cute.
Veterinarian and top breeder of champion pugs.
Small dogs deserve special food.
Digestibility is very important. Pedigree Little Champions comes in a wide variety of flavors, and all the beef in Little Champions has gone through the USDA inspection process. The proteins contained are high quality, and they're the building blocks for good nutrition.
They like good food, just like their mom does.
Pedigree, developed with vets, recommended by top breeders.
There's one antiperspirant you can trust when you're extra close. Arid Clear Gel. The one with clear, clean, Arid XX protection against wetness and embarrassing odor. Arid Clear Gel. A fresh, clean way to get a little closer.
Over the years, we've been led to believe that women only come in one size.
Oh, what the fuck?
Perfect. And the pressure to live up to this false ideal has been brutal.
Fetish unlocked.
Well, it's time to get real. Because the truth is, beautiful women come in all shapes and sizes, which is why chick jeans are proportioned to fit. So you don't have to have a perfect body to get a perfect fit.
Abracadabra and Hocus Pocus.
Look, it's a miracle.
Charlie and Itchy are back.
All those women were the
This
same
time,
shape
they're
and
on a
size,
mission
though.
to save heaven.
Feels great to be back.
There's plenty of magic
Wow, that was the best trick I've ever seen.
and a lot of laughs too. So join in the fun with All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, now appearing on video from MGM UA Family Entertainment. Buy it for your family today.
Oh, more Frankenstein
Sounds
content.
like it's constipated again.
To the castle.
Don't let constipation turn you into a monster. Get Colis.
It's time for another big money moment on debt.
Welcome back to Debt, everybody. Time for the decision. You've had some time to think it over. Not much time, but some time, enough time. If you go for this, the question will be worth $5,600. What's it going to be? You want to risk it all or walk away with what you've won so far?
Do it.
What is life without risk? I'll go for it.
The man is the player, folks. He's going to roll them dice. Okay, you're going for 5,600 big ones. Your favorite subject in the world of pop culture, Star Trek: The Next Generation. You got 10 seconds
looks like
to give me an
Riker.
answer after I ask the question. Glenn, good luck. As a fledgling young actress, I appeared in the episode Darmok and the Game as Ensign Leffler.
You are Ashley Judd.
You win.
Very good.
Well done. Well done. Ashley Judd, who's become quite a star. Well, you walk away with $5,600. That's all the time we have left, everybody. We'll be back next time with 3 more big spenders like Lynn, and we'll do our best to help get them out of... Yes! Wink Martindale. Bye-bye, everybody.
All right. So that was a good note to end on. That was Debt. And that was our last show. Pretty good on that after that choke on the speed round. Yeah, that's most of it. I mean, it's got to pay taxes on that now, though. That was our last show, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Let me... Here it is. All right. So, next week, I put together something a little interesting. Oh, yeah, that was probably the Darmok and Jalad episode. He goes home $200 in debt again. Next week is all shows where it's game show hosts playing. So I've got a Crosswits episode where all the celebrity guests are game show hosts. Another, no taxes on prizes in Canada, but that was America. Another episode of the TV hosts special week of Family Feud. We had already watched one previously for the Peter Marshall tribute. Scrabble, which is a tournament of game show hosts, including Chuck Woolery playing. And then Card Sharks, which was another game show host tournament. I haven't decided which one to show yet. Probably the finals. But I'll get to that when I get to it. Let's do the raid. Thanks again to Hilaire Satan for the raid at the beginning. And let's raid Microscope Guy. What is he watching? I can't tell what movie this is. Well, at any rate... oh, happy birthday, Papango. Great stream as always. It's my birthday, and this was a nice way to start. Yeah, oh, by the way, Mr. Shanks, you can catch the VODs either here on Twitch, or I'm also uploading them to YouTube. This is like something with John C. Reilly in it. Anyway, until next week, take care of yourselves and each other. I send you off to see Microscope Guy.